Aloha, this is Brother Sage coming to you live from Kauai. This is the urine therapy Q&A. We have these on many of the Fridays that are broadcasted live from the middle of the Pacific Ocean, one of the northernmost islands out here in the Hawaiian island chain. And it is fun to do these Q&As because oftentimes we have guest speakers like Emily Almont and Matt Chittasena and Harry Matadine and Eddie Ferry, and we've had countless others. I won't go into the naming of them, but these are people like Tuche Zagalu and various other people that you know that have been practicing urine therapy, that have built it into their lifestyle. They know it inside and out. They teach it. They respond to it. I think my microphone has a problem. All right, look at the bottom of the screen and look for the picture of the microphone. It may be muted. You'll see an icon. It's either the bottom or the top of your screen. I'm the presenter, so it shows it at the bottom of the screen. And click on the microphone icon. And if you wish to be seen, oh, you just muted it. There. All right, start talking. Turn up the volume on your microphone. I hear you. Aloha.
Okay. Yeah, I it's the first time I joined question answer, so I just listen.
Totally fine, Tao. Where are you calling from?
I am from Pennsylvania.
Hello,
Pennsylvania.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Good to have you from Pennsylvania. And did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yes, I'm vegan too, so we eat vegan turkey.
Beautiful. Okay, so you got to join your loved ones and have a celebration.
Yeah.
Very nice. So as we start off all our calls, did you bring any water with you, any cold water with you?
Well, I have that drink, the Euro also.
All right, so this is what people are asked to do, if you will. Either hold up a jar with your urine in it or hold up a jar symbolically. Just to symbolize we're going to do a prayer. Ready? Are you ready? Are you all hunting for a jar? Let me know when you get back.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, we're going to read from the book Healing Water from Within. Yes. And it is a water prayer from the Native Americans, and it's a caller response format. So I'll read a sentence and then you'll repeat it. You ready?
Yes.
Here we go. I take this water of life.
I take this water of life.
I declare it the water of light.
I declare this water of light.
As I bring this water within this body.
As I bring this water within my body.
It allows me to glow.
It allows me to glow.
Perfect. I take this water of light.
I take this water of light.
I declare it the water of God.
I declare this water of God.
I am the master of all I do and all I am.
I'm the master of all I do and all I am.
So be it. Cheers.
Yes.
So we're going to have a two-part section of our Q&A today. The first part, I'm going to give a little talk on debunking or ending the dogma around healing oneself, including the medical influence and the names of diseases and the so-called incurables. Does that sound like a fun topic?
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to go into Q&A. I have a bunch of questions for you, and you can have any questions you want from me.
Okay.
All right, take a deep breath. Here we go. I'll put up the reminder. Are you watching this?
Yes.
All right. Is this
Breathe.
backward?
No, it's good.
Okay, take a deep breath. So one of the things that we learn in the Shivambu, Orin, or urine lifestyle, you familiar with the word Shivambu?
Yeah, I heard about that from you the other video.
Beautiful. So Shivambu is the Hindu word for urine, and translated literally, it either means the water of Shiva, or Lord of the universe, or blood of the blood of the Lord. It's either the water of Shiva or blood of the Lord. And in our case, we talk about plasma, blood plasma. Plasma is the life-giving substance. So Shivambu, and the people who work with Shivambu realize it is a medicine unlike anything you can describe in a store or from a doctor, because it knows you. It knows you better than oftentimes you know yourself. And it will reach through the plasma, and it will probe the plasma, and it will inspect the plasma and see if there's anything that might be a contamination or a threat to you. And it will build a remedy called an antibody for you to return back to yourself so that you can be well and whole again. Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Does this make sense?
Yes. So the
Okay.
plasma in the urine.
The urine is filtered, highly filtered plasma.
Okay. Yes.
The reason it's gold colored is several reasons. One is that the plasma is gold when it goes through the liver.
Wow.
The plasma is the life-saving component of the blood. There's white cells, red cells, and there's plasma. It's the life-giving property that first responders give victims in the ambulance on the way to the hospital.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Plasma also is found in the sea.
Oh yes, that one, the plasma seawater. That's the same thing.
It's the same thing. It has the same constituents and the same components of human blood.
But our urine is free, I guess, and the other one you have to buy.
Ours is free. Yes. Other forms of plasma may not be free, but you can get yours every single day.
But is it the quality the same between the two? The quality of the urine and the sea plasma, is that the same quality?
It's a very similar quality. However, one was made exactly but from a blueprint of what your perfect cell is. It's made by you for you. So there's a detail and an effectiveness more in your urine than in the seawater.
Okay. Yep.
However, the plasma in the seawater has been known to save lives.
Also, yes, it will fix everything just like our urine. The only thing is it doesn't have our, like, not the vaccine type of thing like our urine, because it has the antibody, our urine. Okay.
And it knows exactly what your DNA structure is and your whole bodily, everything about you. So one of the things you'll hear in the urine therapy movement is people will start asking questions. I don't know. Are you a teacher? Do you teach urine therapy?
No, I am completely have no knowledge about medical and stuff. Nothing at all.
Oh,
But
I'm just
I'm very
talking.
sick. I was very sick. That's why oh yes, I drink the urine for 3 weeks. I had pain in my kidneys, and it's like 90% better now. And I have swollen feet, and it's gone. So
beautiful. Beautiful. So you're definitely someone who practices urine therapy. Do you share the information or educate anybody about it?
no, I'm afraid people will not be happy. I just wait. Not yet. Not
Okay.
now.
Well, I teach people how to do that in my courses as well as to consult people. It's just a shift of perception.
Yeah.
you have the gift of life. You have the gift of the water of life that could literally save someone's life or liberate them. And so that's up to you when you feel the timing is right.
Yeah, yeah, I will definitely, but not now. I know I talk a little bit and they say, you, yuck, stuff like that. So I
Oh,
just
okay.
keep quiet.
Okay, well, feel it out. When you're ready, you will.
Yeah.
Here comes Nathalie. Pastor is joining the call. Nathalie, welcome to the call. We are approximately 15 minutes into it, something like that.
Um,
Welcome, Nathalie.
Thank you.
Hi, where are you calling in from?
I'm in Orlando, Florida.
Orlando. Hi, Orlando. Good to have you on the call.
Thank you,
What is
Brother
your
Sage.
what is your experience with urine therapy?
Um, well, I practice urine therapy since I was 19, I guess, or 20, and I seen results, very good results, and
Like what?
uh, well, uh,
What kind of,
a lot of energy. Also, people always comment that I look much younger than
Mhm.
I am. And well, right now I'm laying in my bed with my baby. I just had a baby recently, and uh,
Congrats.
this is thank you. This is my second pregnancy. I lost my baby the first time during delivery,
Uh-huh.
and what I did after my delivery was just drinking urine. And I was, when I was holding my baby the first time, I I could smell it, smell her, and feel her. And then when I was drinking my urine, it has the same smell and flavor of my baby. So I was drinking it, and I think it helped me a lot. I
Yeah.
I stopped bleeding almost a week after my delivery. But for the second delivery, my baby's fine. My baby's great, but I suffer hemorrhage. So I was wondering if, I don't know if it's good to start drinking again. I stopped urine therapy during both pregnancies just because I was scared that maybe the urine, since sometimes it can have a big impact on your body, this impact of taking off everything, this detox symptom. I was scared that maybe something can happen to the baby, so I stopped drinking it. Just I don't know. I just did it, but I love it. I love my own urine. It's my own water, um
It's your remedy.
my own remedy. Thank you. And now I don't know if it's gonna be, I don't know, good for me to start drinking it again. I'm breastfeeding my baby. As I said, I lost a lot of blood through the hemorrhage because I retained my placenta,
Mhm.
and I was bleeding and bleeding, and then I had to go to the hospital as an emergency, and they had to remove it. But I don't know if I should start drinking again, or I should wait a little bit longer to start drinking my urine again. What do you think, Brother Sage?
Well, how do you pronounce your name? Nathalie?
Natalie. Natalie.
Natalie. It's that H. That throws me off.
Yeah, that age is always a problem.
So, on behalf of other mothers that are going through what you're going through, the answer is yes, you can drink your urine because anything that's found in it has already been sterilized and alchemized and merged with the thousands of other nutrients in that water. It's no longer harm for you. It's a state of mind where we may be associated with unclean or impure, and that's not really the case here.
Mhm.
I've talked to quite a few people who had illnesses and things that were identified in the urine. Like a gentleman out there in Africa who had gonorrhea. He said, "Well, I don't know if I should drink my urine." I said, "Drink your urine, and you will get better, real fast. So 4 days later, after drinking his urine, he got healed, and he went back and no sign of the gonorrhea. And I've heard this happen lots and lots of times with people who had something that showed up in the urine and they were unsure what to do with it. You got to understand, when doctors look inside urine, they're looking for different parameters than you and I would. They're looking to identify something, but not to determine if it's a threat. So they don't know that it's merged now with over 5,000 ingredients and it's now part of the remedy.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing you can do if you're not ready yet is continue topical protocols.
Mm-hmm.
Soaking in your feet, doing an enema, putting in your belly button, getting massages with it. All that is still ways to deliver it into the system.
And I'm just thinking about if this can maybe affect the baby, or maybe, I don't know, the baby can get gassy or maybe pooping a lot. I don't know. I'm just worried about the baby, I guess.
Yeah, and so you should. And the baby's not going to be harmed because the same water that you would be drinking and recycling back into you, that baby knows it. That baby's been in it for 9 months. So it knows perfect peace and what the inside mama's water bubble's all about. So that's something you have to work in with your mind. The baby's going to be absolutely safe.
Mm-hmm. I my only concern was because with my previous pregnancy, I remember asking a random question or looking. I can't really not recall this, but I was looking in Amanda's Wolmer's group on Telegram, and she mentioned something that she didn't recommend drinking urine immediately after a delivery, but because your uterus is not ready, something like that. I cannot remember, but I kept that in my mind, saying, "Oh, maybe I should wait a little bit until my uterus recover to its original size." I don't know. Then I guess that stay in my mind for a long time. So I said, let me see what Brother Sage has to say about this.
Yeah. How I weigh in on it is that the only limitations on our urine helping us is up to us. What we do is navigate our thoughts. And if you're listening to your heart and listening to your intuition, which is your inner guidance system, it knows. So if you're feeling something from Amanda and you trust it, follow it. If you feel something from Brother Sage, trust it, follow it. Ultimately, it's going to be up to you to make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be right. It's going to be okay. So you can relax about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just, I don't know, my 2 pregnancies have been very I don't know, very challenging and weird. It's like the repetition of the 2 most traumatic pregnancies that my grandma had, and I'm like, why am I living the same story
Pattern.
again? She has 9 babies, and from those 9 babies, 2 of those pregnancies were horrible, and I just had those 2.
Sure. Yeah,
So
you can question it, you can write a story about it, and you can polarize yourself, make you crazy. Or you can just notice, oh, this is what happened. It's similar to her, and my baby's going to come out just fine.
Yeah,
And you're
and
going to be an awesome mother.
I'm grateful that this time the baby's here with me, and I just have a call of going back to my therapy. I love it, and it helped me in so many ways. I can feel my body changing every time that I drink my own remedy.
Yeah.
So I think this is what I needed, Brother Sage. Just a little bit of reassurance to my inner God, that I wanted to drink it. And I actually, during my pregnancy, tried a little bit, but I was scared that maybe it's too much, because I read in some books saying, yeah, maybe urine in the first trimester can be dangerous. You can have an abortion because it has this effect on the body. Getting water within Brother Sage. Okay, I haven't read that one.
There's that book. There's also, let's see, I've written 6 books on the subject. This is is a textbook for our classes.
Mhm, mhm,
And the fact that you're talking about the subject, the fact that we're called to do the urine therapy, the fact that you get the vibe of it and feeling of it, that tells me it's working for you. That tells me that you're doing the right thing, and you need to just honor and trust that.
mhm. I was just trying just some a little bit, in the mornings, not drinking the whole thing, but just a little bit during my pregnancy and once in a while, because I was like, no, I don't want nothing to happen to my baby. So that's what I stop it. But I'm ready to go back.
Go back, and if we could do virtual reality, I would just hand you mine through the screen, and you go, here, it's from Sage. I'll have some. So,
Thank you, Brother Sage.
was that
Yes,
helpful?
yes, you were saying, sorry, interrupt.
So the beginning of this topic that we're going through right now, and we're going to get to the Q&A part. And if you or Thao have a question anytime, just say it. We'll address that.
Mhm,
The medical influence, the so-called medical healthcare system, has done us a disservice for many, many, many years. And one of the things it does is it names things. You've got this condition and that condition. You might have this itis or this diabetes or this multiple sclerosis, whatever it is they are naming has no relevance to you being able to reverse the condition and healing, because the body only goes through 2 cycles, and those cycles don't require names. It's either building, restoring, and regenerating, or it's cleansing, purifying, detoxing. So it can get wholeness back to its cells and back to all the organs and the functions of the body. So nowhere in that process does the body stop and go, oh yeah, I've got this disease, I need to call it that and work on healing that. So the reason I bring this up, because I get people almost every day from somewhere in the world reaches out to me and says, well, urine therapy good for this disease and that disease and this disease and that disease. And I know they're scared, they're anxious about it. So the answer is always yes, and the answer is always no. And I'll explain why I say yes and no in just a minute here. But I don't even look at the name of the disease anymore. I look at the person, the soul. What do you eat? What is your lifestyle? How do you handle your emotions? Do you have spiritual practices, things that nourish your self-love? Do you have close friends, community? Do you get out in nature? These are things that build a lifestyle of health and wellness and longevity. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yes. So the people who just drink the urine expecting the miracle to happen and they don't change anything in their lifestyle, it's going to be hit or miss whether they get better. So if you really are determined and you have a strong will and you're into the all-out action of doing the discipline every single day, you got to not only get results, but you're going to get younger and healthier. That's not a bad thing. The other thing the medical profession does is they tell us there's a thing called an incurable. Oh, well, cancer is incurable and da-da-da is incurable and heart conditions are incurable. I'm going, no, that's a limitation that you're imposing on us, telling us what we can and cannot do with our God-given right in our own soul suit, our body. And so the word incurable, if you take the word apart, it means incurable. It means you're able to cure from within. And what is this? It's water from within. So when you take the water from within and you put it back inside, it's curing you from within. One of my colleagues and associates in the urine therapy movement, Doc Mike Whittort out there in Chicago, he says he said you can cure anything, and he actually took the people of Illinois to court. He was in Chicago and he took the powers to be to court, and he won the right to say that you have no ownership or copyright on the word cure. And he won the case, which basically started a precedence that says you can say it cures, that urine cures da-da-da, urine heals da-da-da. And you could go that route if you want, or you could say, my body knows what to do with this golden nectar of immortality, this holy water, and it does its job, and it does its job well. It takes whatever's going on at the certain time we find ourselves in, whether it's a health challenge or your bodily challenge, it'll change it. And you have to be willing to work with it and change your diet and exercise and have people love you and improve the quality of your life everywhere. And your life will increase, your life will improve. Any questions so far? So we want to get rid of all the dogma. It was Don Miguel Ruiz, if you've ever read the book, The Four Agreements. Don Miguel Ruiz says in one of the chapters in the book, he says, doctors perform what he calls black magic on patients. And what doctors do, according to Don Miguel Ruiz, is that they impose a suggestion, like hypnotic suggestion, that you have such and such disease, and that these are the only ways to heal it is these drugs and these surgeries. So that's their mindset, that's their education, and that's their pitch. Doctors are very convincing salespeople. They were taught, and they do what they're told to do, and that's all they know. Some of them actually have a mind and a conscience and use critical thinking, and they can think outside the medical system. And oftentimes the doctors that wake up, they leave their profession and go into naturopathy and natural healing. So here's a couple of questions for you guys. What time is it now? 9. All right, we may cut this short. We'll see how many questions that are coming up today. Anybody want to tell us what was your inspiration to get started with UT? Was it a book? Was it somebody who introduced it to you? Was it curiosity? Were you sick and hurting? Or was it an inner knowing and a calling, and you just started it and didn't even think about it? Anybody want to mention that?
To me, it was a little bit of everything. It was curiosity. I couldn't believe that was really something that it will work for me. But I said, there's nothing to lose. And I read a couple of books, and then they said, you can start little by little, But I said, no, cold turkey. I just pour everything in one cup and started to drink it. And then I also started to put it on my face, and people will say, you have such a beautiful skin. What products are you using? And I said, oh, well, no, I don't want to share it because people is going to, and actually with people that I share it, that is super close to me, they feel like, oh, that's disgusting or what. And so I regret sharing sometimes with people, even my mom, I said, Mom, this is magical. This is real, this works. And she's like, no, that's not for me. That's disgusting. That's something that your body's getting rid of. What are you talking about? So I regret sharing it with her. But to me it works. And I started my journey out of curiosity, and it worked out. And I wasn't thinking this is gonna work out for me. This is really gonna change my life. I started with no expectations, and then I saw results. So I definitely will encourage anyone who's ready to start this journey to do it. Thank
Excellent.
you.
Yeah, thank you. Now, everybody seems to have come to this this journey or this healing modality however they came to it. Some were fortunate that someone thought highly enough to tell them, that made the suggestion, drink your pee, put it on your body, and they had an open mind. And when you're talking to people and you want to help them to make the internal shift, which means to form a new association, a positive association with this water, you're going to have to be very patient and very courageous and have your faith, very strong faith, because what's going to happen is, they don't know what you know. They don't know what you know. All they know is what they were taught, how they've been programmed, what they've been led to believe. And majority of people who first hear about this modality, urine therapy, they didn't know that there was another way to look at it. We've been lied to about urine for 1917, 118, 107 years we've been lied to about it. And so when someone comes up to you and they say, well, urine, you say, well, you should try urine therapy. And you say, well, urine therapy is a waste product. It's an elimination from the kidneys. And they don't know what right? I'm not going to criticize them and say, well, you have no clue. You don't know what you're talking about, because, they'll run from you. You don't want to create resistance to people. So I would simply say, well, where did you get that idea from? How did you come up with that? What made you think that way? Well, everybody knows that urine is disgusting. How do you know that? What if someone told you that your body turns your plasma into ultra-filtered blood plasma with 5,661 identified nutrients in it is actually made for you? And then we have our metaphysical people, the folks who practice metaphysics and spirituality. They're likely to say, well, why is it that the organs that produce life, that create life, in our genitals, creates life? Why would it create something in the same organ that's going to be harmful to you? How would the body switch from, okay, what produces life? Okay, let's change out the urethra. Let's change out the sperm tube. Let's change all that out. And let's just, put a flow of waste products through that area. No, it doesn't make any sense, because this is the valley of life. This is the valley of creativity. So where you get this golden water, this water of immortality, is in the valley. And the valley, where you return it back into you, then it fills up, and you go back to the heights of health again. How's that for a metaphor? So constantly drink of yourself, and you will know, my friends. All right, here's another question. Do you remember what you were thinking or what went through your mind as you took your first taste? Some people had the disgust factor, some did not. Some said, well, if you say it's so, it's so. I had two sisters, one in Puerto Rico who was ready. And we had a talk. We're on a video call. She goes to the bathroom, comes back with her container of her shibambu and drinks it on her maiden voyage in front of me on camera. So you convey that level of trust. You convey that level of confidence that you're telling the truth, and they hear you, and they trust you, and they respect you. And this is what happened for me, and I felt really thrilled about that. Are you using any topical protocols? Are you doing eye rinses, nasal sucking, snorting, drinking to get up to the pineal gland? Are you doing ear drops, belly button soaks? Are you fasting, enemas? Are you doing foot soaks, hand soaks, hair rubs, body massages, any of the 25 topical protocols? If you're not sure what the topical protocols are, then do this. Go to Amazon, type in Brother Sage books, and you will find the manual for urine therapy teachers and therapists, and all the protocols are laid out and described and taught, and some of them have pictures and some do not, and it's a great way to learn these protocols. Also, if you will go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/BROTHERSAGE. You will find several urine therapy protocols being illustrated, demonstrated by me, as well as a lot of the recordings of the urine therapy Q&As, urine therapy training courses. There's one starting up on Sunday. If you want to get into a urine therapy training course, Thao or Natalie, it's a five.
Yes.
I have a urine therapy training course starting this Sunday. There's one ending tomorrow, and it's a five-part series. It's going to be Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, however it is, and that's going to end up. Did I put that on the calendar? That's going to end up on the 10th of December. If you prepay, it's $150. If you wait till the day of the class, it's $200, and you get handouts and you get all kinds of stuff. You can either get the book online, or I'll let you have it through PDF. We can do it that way as well. So that's coming up. I do offer consultations for people anywhere that want to break free of some of their health challenges, mental challenges, and everything else that's keeping them from living the life they prefer to live. All right. So any other questions? Oh, yeah. So reach out to me. You've got two. Go ahead.
The consultation is different than the training. It's still $150.
The training is $150 if you prepay before the training.
Per training, per day, right? Or
no, it's $150 for the whole 5-part series.
Okay.
All right. Yep. And when you graduate, you get a certificate of completion in urotherapy.
Oh, okay.
And some people print it out, put it on their wall. Some people just like to have it so they can, let themselves and other people know that they've studied this. They know it.
Okay.
Okay. And
how about the consultation?
Yeah.
The consultation.
The consultation is a 60-minute consultation to help you design a wellness lifestyle, to see what you need to change and see how you can improve your lifestyle. And a lot of people have turned things around just in the conversation. Some do multiple consultations. The price is currently $111. It's a 60-minute session.
Okay.
And yeah, if you need to negotiate on the price or make payments, I often offer that.
Okay. How do I pay for the training?
Do you use Venmo or Zelle?
I have the what do you call it?
PayPal?
PayPal, yes. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Type in BROTHERSAGE. There's my PayPal information.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So in the classes, you're going to learn the history of urine therapy. You're going to learn the ingredients of what's inside the urine. You're going to learn the protocols. You're going to learn how to make general suggestions for people who have certain health conditions. You will look inside some of the sessions that I've had with my clients. You will learn how to formulate these suggestions for people. You will learn what it's like if you want to go professional and turn this into a career. You will get a peek at the future of the Shivambu movement, which has becoming true over the last 4 years. And you will learn what role humor plays when discussing urine therapy with other people.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Yeah. Yep.
And every class, you're going to learn and relearn the Shivambu wisdoms, the most important points that makes this water work. And it ranges from Shivambu is an intuitive elixir. I don't use the word medicine a lot because a lot of people have a negative association with the medical industry. So I either call it elixir or a remedy. So these are the wisdoms that are important to learn. It's an intuitive medicine. It works regardless of what your considerations are. It doesn't matter if you use a man's, a woman's, a child, an adult, a different race, a different species. It's universal. It works, and I can explain that. Also, it's in the book. There's a saturation technique in which you can bring more into your body and bloodstream. It's called saturation dosing. You will learn why Shivambu is in a category all to itself. And this chart is emailed to people for free who register for the class.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd love to have you. So has anybody heard of or has anybody experimented with any of the topical protocols?
I do the face, the ear, the nose, and the eyes every day. Yes. And I do the soaking once a week.
Okay, soaking like in a bath or soaking your body in like a massage?
It's just the feet, the 2 feet.
The foot
Yeah.
soak. Okay. How long do
Yeah.
you leave your feet in the water?
30 minutes. Okay.
Perfect. And if you can, Tao,
Yes.
see, put in enough of the water to fill it just above the ankles.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, because
Okay.
you got reflexology points in the ankles that reflect your pelvis area, uterus, ovary.
Oh.
So
Oh.
you want to make
Okay.
sure that that's covered as well.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, and if you think about it, at the same time your feet are in there or at a separate time, put your hands in there as well so you can soak your hands. Make sure they're
Oh.
comfortable. Make sure you don't ever get arthritis, carpal tunnel, or blown wrists like massage therapists.
Oh. Okay. For 30 minutes, the same time.
Well, no, it's going to be a weird yoga trying to bend over like that.
Yeah.
You might want to do it like 5 minutes in that position or 10 to
Okay.
15 minutes without the feet. Put it up on a
Okay.
countertop and get a seat
Yes.
close to it so you're comfortable.
Sure. Yes. Thank you.
Right? This is the yoga of pleasure and ease. This is not a yoga of pain and discomfort. That's another yoga.
Yeah.
So much easier that way. The belly button soak, the belly button protocol is written in the manual book, which like I said, you'll find it on Amazon. And the belly button soak is more powerful than people realize. All you need is a cotton ball filled with Orin, and you leave it in there for a little while. Or you can use a soaked washcloth and lay down and put it over you. And there are 72,000 nerve endings that end up in what's known as the pachati, which is the part of the belly button that was snipped, and then it curled up and it became the belly button. So, Natalie, as a mom, it's good to know that for your baby is doing belly button soaks with a cotton ball is going to reach a whole lot of body parts through the belly button. Plus, it brings a
Wow.
lot of comfort to the gut.
So this I should do with my own urine to the baby.
Yeah,
belly.
you're a genetic match.
Okay, it's good to know. I'm gonna do it.
Now,
It should be morning urine or any time.
hi, baby, I love you. All right, first let's get really clear that every drop of urine is sterile. Every drop is precious, and it doesn't matter if it's the first collection or anywhere during the day or the evening. Okay, there are theories and there are traditions that date back 5,000 years to the Hindu writings of the Damar Tantra, in which they talk about only drink the midstream. Have you heard about that?
Yes, I heard about that.
Yes.
Okay. So what these books are, these sacred scriptures, was the description of urine therapy from Shiva to his divine goddess Parvati, in which he described not only the vessels to use, copper, gold, brass, whatever, but which things will be healed over what period of time during the first day, the first week, the first month, the first year, all the way to a 9-year program at the very end. The person will have healed everything and have achieved physical immortality. So there's a verse in there in which he says to use the midstream. And the reason they explain it is in the next verse is that they associate the stream of urine with a snake, very symbolic out there, and that they think that the head and the tail can harm you. Well, the next verse explains that this is based on tradition and, listen to it, superstition. So we know that every drop is your medicine, so you don't have to waste it or wait at any time to take it.
I see. Yep.
See how simple this is?
Yes. The book that I need to get, which one is it, Brother Sage?
It's called the Manual
The
for
manual.
Therapy Teachers and Therapists.
Okay, I got that. Yep.
And there it is. It's on Amazon.
Okay.
And if you order it before the class, and you're coming on the 26th, it won't get to you in time, but I'll send you a free PDF version of it. So you'll have that to review.
Sure. You give me the time of the class. The
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it starts typically at 9. Well, you're in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Saturday, Sunday. Well, I typically was starting it at 9 o'clock Hawaii time, trying to get everybody who's in a different time zone to work out. What time do you have right now?
Right now I have 2:25 p.m.
Okay, I'm looking at 9:25 p.m. Would 2 o'clock in the afternoon be too late for you or okay for you?
2 o'clock in the afternoon is okay, but not a.m.
Okay. Okay, well, right now I've got it scheduled for 9 a.m. Hawaii time, which is 2 p.m. Pacific time or East
Yeah,
Coast.
that's good. That's good. And is that Saturday or Sunday?
It's going to be this Sunday.
Sunday.
All right. And then after that, it's going to be Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, okay.
So it's going to end on December the 10th.
December 10th. Saturday and then Sunday, next Sunday.
Mhm.
Alternate.
It ends up December the 10th. And they're typically a 3-hour class.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Some students, they feel like they can only do an hour and a half or 2 hours. We'll put in as much time as you feel, it's working for you and you're comfortable.
Yes.
Okay. Because there's a lot of material to cover, and we do the best we can.
Okay. And at 9 o'clock of 2 o'clock p.m. of New York time.
Correct.
Okay.
So I'd love to have you. And
Thank you.
is something you're interested in? Yeah. So let's keep communicating today, and we can get you registered.
Okay.
Okay. Once I get a payment, all I need is an email. I can start sending you handouts, the Shivamba Wisdom Chart, some questions to consider for the class, and possibly the PDF of the book.
Yes, I will pay after we finish this
Q&A.
video. Yeah. Thanks.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. God bless you. So the protocols are a great way to introduce like a baby step to newbies, because there's always going to be someone who comes into your life. You feel drawn to tell them about your little practice, and they say, well, I want to drink it. I don't know, I'm not there, I'm not ready to drink it. Well, you can baby step them. You can start by saying, you could soak your feet in it, and yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
question?
no question.
Okay.
Sorry.
You can baby step them in several ways. One is you can say, well, you can put it on a washcloth and experiment it on your face. You can experiment it on your hair. Every time I do my hair, it gets darker. I mean, it's amazing. Any kind of skin condition, sunburn, sting, mosquito bite, blister, burn, you can start experimenting it externally. And this is a way to baby step people. Another way is to start them off by having them form a new understanding or a new association than they ever had before. You have them collect their pee. And then you tell them, put your finger in it and notice you didn't get sick and you didn't die. Profound, huh? Next thing is put your finger in it and lick your finger. All right. Notice what it tastes like. Notice what it smells like. Notice what it feels like. Notice what you're feeling in your body. And notice you didn't get sick or die. Then you take them from that to a dropper full. You take them from that to a shot glass or an ounce full. And once you get them to 1 to 2 to 3 ounces, you cut them loose. They figured it out. That's the baby step method. They need to form a new way they frame urine in their head so they can understand what you understand, and you will no longer be considered crazy or in a cult. I've gotten my share of that during my lifetime. I don't get it anymore. So it's how you help them to bridge the gap and make a new association. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. This is so they don't go into disgust, shock, overload mode. And you can help them to make the journey as you have and guide them along the way one step at a time. In this case, baby steps. What do you guys do to stay motivated doing urine therapy? What keeps you going?
I was so sick and I want to be healthy. I want to be normal again.
Yeah.
That's all.
And is that your intention?
Yes, that's the only intention. Yeah.
All right, here's Mr. LA. If that is your intention, you will accomplish it. And if you need a coach, if you need a support, if you need assistance on the journey, I'm really good at helping people get there. Mr. LA, Mr. La, welcome to the call. We're moving forward in our Q&A this morning. Where are you dialing in from, Mr. La? Or Merla?
I'm in Burnaby, BC.
Welcome to the call. Are you new to urine therapy?
Been doing it since 2021.
Awesome.
Yeah. Actually, it says Mr. Lala. My name is Mark Liu.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, good morning, Mark. Good to have you with us.
Yeah, Grand Rising.
Grand Rising to you as well. Golden Voyage. We could use all those great terms. Right now, we're doing a Q&A. Do you have any questions about urine therapy? Any facet of it?
I've been using the mesh nebulizer, and that's really powerful. Yeah.
It is. It is.
Puts me into to detox like pretty quick. Like if I had to use very little. I use like one puff at a time or one puff a day.
Are you filling up that little well a little bit or all the way?
A little bit. I fill it up and it lasts me quite a while. So it kind of ages in there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So are you taking in the nose or the mouth?
Both. I'd sniff it in and I can feel it in my brain. And I inhale it too.
Well, get comfortable with it because it's a direct route. If you use the nose, it's a direct route through the blood-brain barrier to your sinuses and to your pineal gland.
Okay.
What makes it so powerful is that it's been changed. The structure of it's been changed from liquid to vapor. So the particulates of of this smoke, steam, vapor, whatever you want to call it, it gets into the areas where the water is throughout your body easier and faster and more direct. So yeah, trust your intuition if you feel like it's overwhelming to you. Some people, like my son Matt Chittasena, he looks forward to the detox. He says, "Bring it on," because every time you hit the wall of discomfort, he says, "Yeah, there's breakthroughs." And on the other side, then he can take in more volume and reach deeper into the system. But don't push yourself if you don't want to.
Yeah, the first time I did it, I did lots of it. I didn't know. And then when I went to bed, I was like shivering and fever. It was, yeah, the most powerful way of doing it. I've injected it subcutaneously and intramuscularly.
Mhm.
That was, it wasn't even as strong. Like you get kind of like a flu-like symptoms in the body,
Yeah.
but nothing shivering or anything too bad. But this mesh nebulizer, yeah, it knocks you out.
Well, it's really powerful. Do you have, are you wanting to stay off camera?
Oh, I know I can be on camera.
Do you have your nebulizer with you, or would you like me to get mine?
I have mine with me. Can you see me?
No, your camera is muted.
Okay. How do I?
Look at the bottom or the top of your screen for the picture of the camera next to the microphone. It's either at the top or the bottom. There's a tool. There's all those different things you can click onto. There you are, brother.
Okay.
All right, you got your nebulizer you can show us?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, are you seeing this? It's a mesh nebulizer, which means it has a finer screen system to it. That's where yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Now, the third thing you can do, Mark, if you're not already doing this, is to use it. Now, you gals will love this. It's great for exfoliating the face.
Oh,
So just let the vapor go over your forehead, your eyes, gently over your nose, and all these other places. And you're going to get those into the pores of your facial skin. And it's free. It's cheaper than going to, a dermatologist for getting exfoliated. How's that feel?
oh, that feels great. Yeah.
Okay, so you now have a new way to use it.
Feels good in the ear.
Yeah. Now it also comes with the face cover,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's a lot more volume than maybe you're used to, but that's
Yeah.
all.
I'm not ready for that yet.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for showing that. If you hold it up one more time, the guys that are watching, there are several different companies that make this, so you can just you can look for a brand, or you can just type in mesh nebulizer. Was that about $25?
I can't remember. It's been a while since I bought it. I bought it like when I first bought it. I used it and went into severe detox, and I didn't touch it for a while. And
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so they're under $30. They're like $25, shipping, whatever. Awesome, awesome. Here's a question for you guys. If you're wanting to be healthy and you're wanting to design a wellness lifestyle for yourself that makes your health better than it was before, where you have strength and vitality, you feel nourished by the simple healthy foods that you're eating, what foods are you eating these days, and what kind of results are you getting? Because there are people like myself that have moved to fruitarian, they moved to raw vegan. They don't eat the man-made foods, the cooked foods. I can't go to restaurants. I have no interest in restaurants. And they're finding that you're able to maintain health and strength on less food.
I eat vegan, but I cannot eat raw because my stomach bloating. I have that problem long time. So I just eat the cooked one. Is that okay for now? Will my stomach be healed after a while drinking
Yeah,
it?
yeah. It will
Okay,
be, it
so
will be healed, and it's generally not the stomach, it's the intestines.
Oh, okay. I see.
It's our gut trying to clean out all the mucoid plaque and things that have been stored in the small intestines our whole life, the way we ate, no doubt.
Oh,
So until you get your body back and your intestine, I can talk to you how to do that with enzymes. Once you get your body back, then you start absorbing. And when you learn the chemistry and the composition of food, you guys may want to look this up. This is very, very important. Look up
yes.
either the chemistry and composition of foods. There are charts on this, or you also want to look up the food combining chart. The food combining chart.
That mean we eat what with what? Is that right? Or
It tells you which foods are enzymatically or chemically compatible to each other and which
ah,
ones are not, like protein and starch and protein and fruit. They don't blend very well. The enzymes will cause fermenting and gas and bloating.
oh, yes,
And the
I
reason
see.
it's important to learn this, even if you're eating living foods, if you're eating cooked foods, even more so, but if you're eating living foods and you think, well, anything that's a live food I can throw together, it doesn't work that way chemically,
Right, right. Yes, that makes sense.
right?
Yep.
If you're going to eat cooked food, make sure that you include greens, sprouts, fruit, because they have the life force, the enzymes, the chlorophyll, and the moisture you need to digest the cooked foods,
Okay.
right?
Green and fruit. Green and fruit. Okay.
And sprouts,
Sprout. Okay.
sunflower sprouts,
Yep.
lentil sprouts, mung beans, whatever it is that you can
So,
grow or find.
so, like if I cook a dish, I have to throw in some green or sprout. Is that right? Or it doesn't matter. I can
It
eat
helps.
separate.
You're talking about in the same recipe or on the same meal?
The meal, the same meal. Yeah. S-
Well, it's actually better for you because the cooked food, if you cook it over 115 degrees, you zap the enzymes. So
Right.
things that make them break down and become usable by you, you've altered that.
Uh-huh.
So if you add enzymes through live foods, you have a much better chance of digesting cooked foods.
Okay.
And ultimately, it's a good idea once during the week, is just do a day of live foods.
Oh, wow.
One
Okay.
day, you'll find out where your mind's at if you think you can't go one day and have a salad or eat fruit or fast. Because people have empowered their food so much, they're afraid they're going to die if they don't eat it right.
Mm,
It's easier than that. Mark, you get this stuff.
Yeah.
Being obsessed and neurotic and dogmatic and rule oriented when it comes to the food trip has caused more people to become food slaves and not enjoy their life because they're always neurotic as hell about food. You know people like that?
mm-hmm. Addicted?
They're
Oh, yeah.
neurotic, they're anxious, they're not sure if they're balancing the right food in the right combination or if they got the right supplements in the right combination, and they're not enjoying the food experience. So ultimately,
Mm,
food should bring you pleasure, not concern.
mm,
You know, if you can eat food that you made lovingly with a joyful, grateful heart, you'll be able to digest anything.
wow.
I found that out after doing raw foods for many decades. I have a dear friend from India, and she would make these Indian cuisine meals with Ayurvedic herbs and spices that were great for health and digestion. And I loved her, and I knew she put her love into that food, and I didn't want to miss out on that. And so that's what I'd eat at the potluck. And the next day I go back to my normal way of eating, and I didn't have a problem with it.
Mm.
So every now and
Do
then, yeah.
do you have any recommend on books or documents on the raw food?
Yeah. First of all, you want to get any book by Dr. Ann Wigmore.
Okay.
I'm writing this in there. All right. You also want to get a book by Victoris Kulvinskas. This was my Bible when I was in a raw food community. It's called Survival in the 21st Century.
Mm,
And he was a guy the two of them started the wheatgrass movement and the sprouting movement in the United States.
okay. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Unfortunately, living here on Kauai is there's a lot of fruit in the islands of Hawaii. There's a lot of fruit. You can get it free or you can get it at great prices. They just opened up a living foods restaurant called Mandala Foods, so people can get
Wow.
the food of this genius cuisine gourmet chef named Micah Sky, and you can live off his food. It's amazing. Plus, young coconuts. If you guys have been still taking those older looking coconuts or the canned coconuts, it ain't the same thing.
Yeah.
Mark's shaking his head. Yes. No. Young coconuts are hard to beat.
Yeah.
When you guys are away from the house, here's a fun question. When you're away from the house and you're not in your normal environment, do you collect your pee when you're out publicly? Take it home, keep it in your backpack or your car, or you do not?
I do at work, but not on the street.
Of course not on the street. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm one of these guys who's got one of these collapsible cups. It's called a Hideaway. And it's about that size. And when you open it up, it has little folds and it opens up to 23 ounces. And in any public bathroom, I can go in there and collect and either
Mm.
consume it or take it away.
Ah, I see.
So that's up to you
Okay.
now. If you live the lifestyle where you know this is your go-to first aid kit, when you get a
Mhm.
cut and a scratch and a bite and some kind of skin condition or a sunburn or whatever, you keep it around you wherever you can. I have it in the bathroom, on the counter, under the sink, in the car, in the glove box. I have spray containers in the shower, a 1 quart spray bottle. So in the morning, I take the top off and pour it over the hands, the face, and you can knock out 6 or 7 protocols while you're in the bath. If you got one of those, Mark, a spray bottle, perfect.
And I got a collapsible cup, and when I put one of these in my car. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got a Shivambu spa, a mobile Shivambu spa.
Yeah.
You know, if you had to pull over to the park or wherever you are and go, I need to do some. Well, the really good reason to keep it on hand is because when your brain starts to get sluggish throughout the day and you can't seem to track right, remember things, or your energy starts to dip, you take a couple of snorts of that or drink it up the nose, your brain comes back online. There's a
Mm.
direct route to your pineal gland and the rest of your brain. So you may want to try that. Keep some around you. Every now and then when you feel that your brain starts to get slowed down, snort some out of your palm of your hand or learn to drink it like a straw up your nose. There are ways to do that. I have some videos that show that on my YouTube channel. Any questions?
Yeah, I use some syringes and I just squirt it up my nose.
Yeah. Have you heard of the nasaline syringe?
Oh, I've seen you with it.
All right, thank you, brother. Let me type this in here if anybody wants to look it up. It's called Nasaline. You can get it for like 15 something bucks over on Amazon. And the nasaline is a soft silicone syringe with a plunger. It holds 60 milliliters, right? And so what you do is you get your hand, you fill it up and you just aim it in one of the nostrils. And in 3 seconds, boom, it's going up in here in the sinuses, the brain. And then what it does is it goes behind the bone down the throat without going through the mouth. There's actually the muscle here, like when you're clearing your throat, then you can exercise it and learn to use it. to draw more urine up into the brain and to the 5 cavities of the sinuses.
Mm.
The reason we
Wow.
do the urine up the nose is because when you drink it, it only goes from the neck down.
Right.
You want to be able to get your brain cleared up as well as your gut.
So, is that the Shireen better than the whatever?
Neti pot?
Yeah. The one that Mr. La has.
Nebulizer.
This is a
Yeah,
nebulizer.
yeah. Which one is better for us?
They both have different benefits. One's in a vapor and the other one's in a
Uh-huh.
liquid. Now,
Uh-huh.
the neti pot, did you mention the neti pot?
No, the Nasaline.
Oh, the nasaline, yeah.
Right, yeah, Nasaline, yes.
Okay. Either the nasaline, which like uses pressure from the plunger to bring it up here really fast in about 3
Uh-huh.
seconds, right? And
Uh-huh.
so make it up into the higher regions of the brain does, the rest goes down the back
Yes.
of the throat.
Uh-huh.
All right, this is where people haven't figured out that you can drink it out of a cup right up your nose like a straw. And if you'll go to look this guy up, he was my influence, Samuel G. Cohen. He wrote a book called Drinking Through the Nose. I think he has it as an ebook, however he does it. He learned
Okay.
it from his UT guru, Kelly Raw in England. And he not only mastered and figured it out how to use your nose, either nostril to bring it up into your head, but he tried out with coconut water. He was drinking coconut water up his nose. He was drinking carrot juice up the nose. And then he got into sulfide-free organic wines up the nose. And the guy it was so impressive to me. He would go to public events where they're doing ecstatic dancing and public, celebrations. In the middle of the crowd, you see this guy going like this. So he knows his stuff.
Okay.
All right, I got one more question, then we're going to come to a close here today. The Shivambu movement. You know what I'm talking about? When I say this is a movement, this is just not a bunch of people who are practicing this. The Shivambu movement has over 500 million people practicing urine therapy in over 50 nations. So knowing that there are a lot of people that are using this water and healing themselves and sharing it with their loved ones and other people is significant in our history, is significant in humanity's quest for health and well-being. What does this movement mean to you guys? How do you see yourself in relationship to something that millions of people are practicing? Mark, you want to weigh in on that?
How do I see myself in this?
No, what does it mean to you? And yeah, first of all, what is knowing that there is millions of people practicing this, what does that mean to you? And how do you see you playing a part in all this?
Oh, it means a lot to me. It's growing. It's being recognized more. I put my aged urine outside in front of my house, and people walk by and they're like, some people think it's kombucha or beer, and I tell them it's urine, and they're like, oh. And one lady, she's like, oh, you do urine therapy? Like, yeah, and I was surprised that she knew. And it's growing.
Yep.
It's more and more people are they're they're learning about it, and it's and it's a very spiritually, I think it's like the most highest kind of act of self-love. Yeah.
Yes.
And I followed this group on Instagram, the Human Garage.
Mhm.
And they do fascia movements, and now they're starting urine therapy. A lot of the founder there of the Human Garage, he's has a lot of influence, and they're getting a lot of people starting urine therapy, and that's really good.
Thank you, Mark. And this was on Instagram?
Yeah, there's Instagram. He's live every day. So he just had Troy Casey on there, and they talked a little bit about it. And yeah, if you can get on there, that'd be awesome.
All right. I just sent you a direct message. If you could send me a way to get to that would be great. But we'll take it off this platform because that way I'll be able to access it. I had a lovely opportunity to spend time with Troy Casey 3 years ago, and interviewed him, and it was a lovely time. We made a great connection, and I've been staying in touch with him ever since. So I'm glad that people like him and some others are lending their voice and putting their reputation out there on the line, because it works and is an answer to a lot of people's concerns.
Yeah, it's super powerful. It's like super powerful medicine. Like, if you got a fever, drink your urine, it's gone. Like, it's so powerful, right? And it's just the fear and the mind control. That's all.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't taste bad. First time I drank it, I thought, oh my God, what am I doing? And like, I was scared, right? And thought it was going to taste disgusting, but it didn't taste. Once it's like, no, it doesn't taste bad. And I kept drinking, and I just thinking, am I crazy? I was like, no. I researched it. I've seen so many people do it, and wow, this is like the best thing I ever did.
Yeah. And so now you are the bringer of that message to other people.
Yeah, it helped me get off opiates. I was on opiates for a long time, and I drank that, and I never looked back. I stopped.
Well done. Proud of you. Good job.
Thank you.
I've heard people over the last, now I've been on the social media scene since my first book came out in 2018. And a lot of people have come forth and they said they got rid of this addiction and that addiction. They got rid of opiates. Some people got rid of alcohol and coffee. One guy, two people, one that I've consulted with, but the other guy, he came publicly and said he got rid of the addiction of pornography. He said he was addicted to pornography. And I was so amazed by him actually speaking that publicly. What it did was it opened the doorway for anybody to heal any addiction, right? Because the brain chemistry changes, and then the desire and the craving goes away.
Yeah, it's super powerful medicine. Like this, yeah, and the best form of self-love.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very much so. Anybody else want to tell us how they feel about this movement? Because
I just feel
yeah,
I just feel I'm lucky that I know this method.
mm-hmm.
So that's the only feeling I have.
Mm-hmm. Well, it came to you at the perfect time in your life. It's also coming to people in the perfect time of their life. And for a lot of people, it's saving them from getting worse, and it's liberating them from the medical community.
Yes, and it cost me a lot of money for the last 5 years. With even the Chinese herbs, it costs so much money, but now it's free. So I'm so happy.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, that's the joy of it, is your
Yeah.
natural remedy comes to you, and it's got a built-in alarm clock. It's called your bladder. Here comes the
Mm.
you got to pee. You're going, oh, the alarm! I must take my medicine now.
Yeah.
So it's the most natural thing you can take, and sometimes I joke with people. I go, hey, I drink my pee. Doesn't everybody?
Mm.
Time for you guys to get caught up, because you're missing out on what a lot of people are discovering day in and day out, that they don't have to be sick.
Yeah.
You don't have to be hurting, and you don't have to suffer anymore. So And last announcements before we close out the call. I'm doing urine therapy training courses again, one starting up on the 26th, which is going to be Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, and so forth, out all the way to the 10th. There's another one starting on the 29th, which is going to be 5 Wednesdays in a row. So you can choose either one of those. That's going to be number 1. We also have the Shivambu Hut. If you want to know what the alternative to social media urine therapy platforms are, go to shivambhu.org. You're going to look for the link to the Shivambu Hut. If you want to join, we now have 1,175 members who have been either reading the content that I'm constantly posting or their own content, discoveries, testimonials, research, etc. And it's a great place to network and get to know each other. If you go to brothersage.com, you'll find the Water Family Directory. That's brothersage.com. Hold on a second. Sage.com/donation. If you guys wanted to send a donation, there's where you can send it to brothersage.com/donations. The Water Family Directory, if you go to brothersage.com and you click on the resources tab, you'll find a drop-down menu. At the bottom of that menu is a link to UT directory. And the UT directory is a listing of teachers and therapists across the planet that were willing to make themselves and their services available to anyone who needs them in their country. So if you need to find somebody or if you want to be listed, reach out to me and I can get you on the list. There's a way to do that. All right, any questions? We're going to keep doing these Q&As on Fridays unless I have a conflict in schedule. And I tend to post the links on different social media platforms, so you can always find it. If you want to stay in touch with me, you can either do so from the email, getsystems@gmail.com, or just go to brothersage.com, and there's contact information.
Thank you, Brother Sage.
You guys are great to have in the Water Family. And we close all these calls with a group hug. You ready?
Yeah.
Much
Thank
love.
you, Brother Sage.
You're worth it, my friends. Natalie, you got a beautiful babies to take care of. You're an awesome mom.
Thank you, Brother Sage, for everything.
You guys are the best. Have an awesome day. Much
You
love to
too.
you. Aloha.
You too. Thanks.